this video we gonna discuss about MVVM architecture. Here you can see that in this chart. Actually this shows that how modules should interact with each other after designing the app. Also we gonna design a app using this architecture within this video. Okay, so let me take you to the theory part of this model view model architecture. Here you can see that the view contains the layout, files, activity or fragment, whereas the view model contains the implementation of the interface, the presentation logic, and the model is for the business logic. And leave out this view part. This is a part of MVP, and we gonna talk about only the view model part, which gonna be the focus of this video tutorial. So in this you can see that these are the things which it contains. So let me take you to the example news app that we have built up using this architecture. Here you can see that this app is built up using this architecture within this video. So let me take you to the Android Studio and build or design this app using the MVVM.
Open the Android Studio and click on create a new project. Afterwards you have to select empty activity and click on next. Here you have to give the name of the application. So I'm giving the name as MVVM Retrofit example. Okay, and make sure the language selected is Java, then click on finish. After that the project will be built out within few seconds. Okay, so now you have to go to in the Android manifest file, which is located in the manifest folder. Here you have to give some permissions, like I have to give the permission for the internet, as the app is going to use the API, so the internet is must needed. Okay, right now I'm in the build Gradle file, which is located in Gradle script. Here we have to add some dependencies. So first let me make some space here, and then I will open the web browser and search for the dependencies here. Okay, so I'm searching for the Retrofit Android dependency right now and click on the first result. Afterwards the site will open, and here you have to just scroll it down and search for the Android dependency part, which is being started from the implementation keyword. Then I'm just scrolling it down. Let me see. So here it is. Just copy it and go back to the Android Studio, Control V, paste it. Okay, here you have to give the version, as the version is 2.8.1 in 2021 year. And now you have to get a Json Converter. So again click on this retrofit configuration, and here you can see that Json. Just copy this out, Control C, and then paste it again. So here I will just copy it, and instead of this I'll just paste this which I've copied from the site. Okay, so now click on sync. Now we have added the retrofit dependencies. Right now let me go back to the Google to add another dependencies. So here I will be searching for the glide dependency, which will be used for image showing purpose. So here we are. So click on the first result. So now it is loading, and I'm sorry for the internet being slow. Okay, so here it is. Just copy this out. These two lines you have to copy, Control C, and then go back to the Android Studio, and here you have to paste it out, Control V. Okay, so these dependencies are added. Now go back to Google again and search for the dependency for Google Code Json Converter. Okay, So just click on the first. It is just for deserialization purpose. Copy this out, Control C, and go back to the go back to the Android Studio, and now paste it. Okay, now go back to, you don't have to go back to anywhere, just I know that dependency it's for the life cycle, and this is responsible for the MVVM architecture. Okay, so it is the dependency for live data and its lifecycle dependency. So Android X dot lifecycle, then here you have to give the version name for this lifecycle extension. It is 2.2 and then 0. Okay, so it is for view model providers library. That's why we have added this dependency. Okay, now you have to click on sync now, as we have added all the dependencies. So now I'm in the layout and I have to create one more file, as we are going to use the Recyclerview, and for Recyclerview you have to design a item. So here I have created this for designing a particular row or item for this news app. Okay, so as you can see that, first of all change this constraint layout to the relative layout, and therefore you have to change this height to wrap content also. After that, the image view, and give its width and height as match parent and 250 dp. Okay, now here you have to give some few properties like margin and scale type for the image, so it is center crop, and close this image view and add the ID for this. The most important part is to give the ID for any view in XML file. Okay, so now another relative layout with properties width and height as match parent and wrap content, and also the alignment parent bottom is true, and here you have to give the background color, and it is that code, hex code for that color. So I'm just adding this, and relative layout is completed. Now within this relative layout you have to add the text view. So here match parent and wrap content, and then ID for this text view as TB title. So you can see that, so it will show you the title for the news and the text color. So let you choose the color as white. Okay, as you can see that. Now the style, so it must be bold. Other than this, padding from the bottom side should be given as 16 dp. Okay, this is also completed. Right now I have closed the relative layout and there is one error. Let me see. Okay, we have closed the relative layout 2 times, so I have to delete one. Okay, now it is good, no error. So I'll just scroll it down. If you have messed up at any way, then pause the video and correct your code. Okay, so this is design, and now we have to move out to the main activity. So here we are, and here you can see that this is the default view that we are seeing right now. So just remove this text view first of all, and then you have to change this constraint layout. So do this also, make it relative layout instead of constraint layout, and here you have to give the background. So I'll just giving the background as the black color for this whole relative layout. And within this relative layout, what you have to add is to progress bar, as this app is using an API and which is fetching the data from the internet. That's why the progress bar is needed, as it takes some time to fetch the data. So till that time the progress bar will be there. Also give the ID for this progress bar as progress underscore bar. Again you have to give some another properties like center horizontal and center vertical should be true. Okay, it should be in center. That's why these two properties. Now the recycler view, the most important part. So now the recycler view is added. Let me give the ID for this recycler view, and the ID is, what should be the ID for this? It is a recycler underscore view. Okay, now this is closed, and let me remove this extra space. So this is also completed. As you can see that a design part is finished. Now we will be moving forward to the Java coding part. Okay, so before that you have to understand the MVVM structure. So here you can see that the activity and fragment in the first part, you can see, yes, this part is a part of view that you are seeing on the screen, and this is the view model which is providing data for that view. Okay, and it is a repository which is having two parts for getting data. One's from model and SQLite, then other one is to use Retrofit and web services to fetch data from API. Okay, so these two are actually, you can relate them, like what we have in SQLite is for offline and then the Retrofit for online. Okay, now this is all about it, and right now you have to create some packages to separate these all things to manage a proper architecture for the MVVM. So here I'm creating a package called model, and within this model you have to create a class here. So let me create that class, and the class name is article. Okay, and this is completed the model part. Again you have to click for the package, right click there and then select new, then package. Okay, again we have to make constants also. So here again create class, give the class name as app constants. Okay, again create package first of all, and after that you have to give the name of the package like repository, and click on this repository, right click here, and within this you have to create Java class called article repository. Okay, so again you have to create one more package. Just select package and then give the name for this package as response. Okay, so within this response you have to create a class, and what this class should be is article response. Okay, so again create a package. So what should be the name? The name should be Retrofit. Okay, so within this Retrofit you have to click on Java class, and here you have to give the name as Retrofit request. Okay, so again we have to make an interface also. So do the same as Java class and then select interface, and here give the name for the interface as API request. Okay, so this is created. Again you have to make one more package. Okay, so here the package name should be view, and this will contain the main activity, so just drag it to the view. Okay, and then click on the refactor. So we have dragged it, you can see that. Okay, so afterwards you have to create view model. Okay, so let me go for it, and here you have to right click and then new, then go for the package, and afterwards you have to give the name. So give the name as view underscore model. Here you have to create a class, view model class. Okay, so it is called article view model. Okay, so again you have to create a new package and give the name as adapter, as we are using the Recyclerview. So again you have to create the adapter class. So why we are creating these much packages? That's why, to manage the architecture of MVVM design. Okay, so here you can see that we have created 8 packages, 8 or 9 packages. Okay, and each package have its own class, and they are well separated so that they can follow the MVVM structure. They are following it. Okay, so first of all, come to this model class. Okay, the model class is responsible to get the data. So what should be the data points that are yet to be taken, which is declared in this class. Okay, so what data to be dragged out from there, it is decided by this model class. So here we are giving it, first of all we are getting an image, and image could be taken from the image URL if you are using an API, and then we are serializing it and also giving the exposed. Okay, so that's why we have used that Google Json Converter. Okay, again we have to make another string description and copy these two things, annotations like, okay, and change it to description. Okay, so most of the APIs uses the JSON code or JSON format of data. That's why the Android provides these serialized name and expose annotations to use it to get the data from the APIs. Okay, so title is done, and then description is done, and URL to images also done. Now you have to generate, what you have to generate is to generate getter and setters. Select all and then click on OK. So here you can see that the getter and setter methods are generated just by right clicking on the spaced area and then click on generate, then you can generate them. Okay, so here you can see that this class is error free, and now you have to make a method here. So what is that method? You have to overload it. It's called, first of all select none, and it is toString. Okay, so what it will do, it will just change the JSON format data to toString which we want. So we have to give some a format kind of thing here. So what is this? Baseboard news, and then here we are just filtering out our needed data. The data which we are required in our app can be filtered out from this function. That's why we have given these things. You can see that we are just using it for filtering part, like from this endpoint starting point to that particular endpoint, just give me such data. Otherwise else we don't require the extra data. Okay, so description, and then you have to give the description part, and doing the same as in the previous line we have done. Then again a plus sign, and this is the last line. So going for the title, and then plus, and then title, then again plus. Okay, and then it is done. Okay, so just a curly brace is required. Okay, so here you can see that. almost done, but it is showing one error just because we have left out something here. Let me check out what we have left it out. Everything is okay, the slash sign is there, the okay. Let me make some space so that it look good. Okay, you can see that, but why this error is occurring? Actually there is some mistake here. So I think in the first line the mistake occurs. The best word news, we have forgotten to add a plus sign there. But let me check for the whole thing. Not a statement. Okay, I was right. So let me see for it. Okay, so let me add plus sign. Here you can see that the error got removed. So this is also error free. And now I'm just scrolling it down. Okay, and then I am on Google to show you the API which we are going to use, newsapi.org. Then click on this. After that the site will be open. It is taking some time as the internet connection is slower, so we have no time, just to wait for this. Okay, and now I hope that it will open. So what this API contains, this API gives you the news categorized by it and as well as country wise. Like if you want to get the news of India, and in India you want the particular news category, like you want to get the news of sports only, or the entertainment only, or the business part only, then this API can give you that. Okay, and it is done for the different nations also, like France, England, many countries it do the same. So just a very good API, and it's free. So here we are, and we have to click on this get API key as the site is loaded, and you can see in the bottom part the data is in the JSON format. You can see that it is that endpoint. First of all you have to copy this endpoint, then we'll get that API in the meantime. First of all that endpoint is needed, so just doing it, base URL, and then just paste it here, Control V. Okay, HTTPS secure connection, and then we are going for the another string, and it is for the API key. So for that we have to go back and register. So let me go back and click on get API key. It is loading. Here you have to give the name, first name, like I'm giving techno learning, and giving the email address as atulfpc@gmail.com, and here you can give any password, like I'm giving some password of my choice right now, as you can see that, and then click on I'm not a robot and agree to the terms, and then click on submit. So the API key is here. Just copy it and then paste it here. Done. This class is completed, the constants are given, and now we have to come in this response, article response, which is located in response package. So for that we have to just make some space here so that we can give some variables here. And now I'm making a list, and what this list will get, actually a list of articles, and what does article means? It's the model class, so it is preparing a list of model class items and then generate a method getter and setters for this list. And you can see that again we have to go for that toString method here. So doing the same thing just to get particular text which we required from the data acquired by the API. So it is as baseboard news response and then semicolon, then plus part, and then articles, the endpoint. Okay, and again articles, then make plus sign again and close it. Okay, so this is error free. You can see that no error, but we have left something here. Just make it serialized name. Okay, and then expose. Okay, it is good, and the response part is almost completed, and we have to move to the retrofit part. So just in this interface, the API request, so make some space here, and within this space go for that get, and what endpoint will be, we are encountering like the top headlines and country, and after that this is the country code IN which is used for India, and there are many country codes which are present on the internet. You can search for like I think France FR and then DE, so you can search it on the internet for the country codes. Then I'm selecting the category as business, like I want to get the news of business only. Okay, then API key, so here I have make that API key a variable in that app constant, so we'll just use that. Okay, alt enter. Okay, and then you have to use call, so call what, article response, and then get top headlines. Okay, so just getting the top headlines from there, then retrofit request, so make some space here and then make a variable private static, and then retrofit again public static, and then retrofit get retrofit instance. Okay, so it's a method, and within this method you have to check for the retrofit if equals to null. Then what we have to do is just retrofit make this object and then build this, and after building this, build it with base URL. Also that base URL we have created this within that app constant, so we just have to fetch it from there. Okay, so just do the same and you will get the results. So base URL and then add converter factory, and it is Json Converter factory dot create, and then finally build. Okay, so done almost. After that you have to do is just make a return statement for this retrofit. Remove this extra space and remove it from there also. This is also completed the retrofit request, so it will just request for the data which is got by the retrofit. Okay, and then adding it to the factory. Json converter is working there, and then creating an object, and then finally building it. After that we are returning the same. Now where we have to move is to article repository. This is located in that repository part, where we have to do here in this class, first of all, make private static final, I think final, and then string and tag. Give the reference for this class as article repository dot class get simple name. Just to get that reference for this particular class, we are using that. Then API request. Okay, after that what you have to do is to make a constructor here and just get that API request retrofit request dot get retrofit instance, and then create what you have to create a API request here. Okay, so after that what you have to do is to make another method called live data. Okay, so within this template you have to pass out article response, and then get dashboard news is a function name. Okay, for getting the live data. Afterwards you have to make some final mutable live data, and then article response. Okay, so mutable live data is being taken out, and then it's given name as data. So here within this part we are using MVVM structure. We are working on that mutable live data, and that with API with the help of retrofit. So here we are API.request get top headline, then NQ, and then finally just implement those methods. You can see that how we did it. And now you have to give the body for these two methods, on response and on failure. So first the response one, if response dot body is not equals to null, then what will happen? Data dot set value, and within this you have to give the response dot body. Okay, so this if part is completed, and now I am in this on failure method, and here what you have to do is to just data dot set value and go for the null. Okay, on failure results. And finally we are here, make a return statement, return data. Class is error free, no error, almost everything is good till now. And now we have to move backward, and let me see now from where we have to work, as I think a few packages are left, the view one, view model one, and then the adapter one. So first let me complete that adapter for that Recyclerview. So first of all what you have to do is, for this adapter just make a variable private final context, and then the array list, and then array list of articles. Okay, article array list, and this adapter, so this class should be extended by the Recyclerview. So before that, let me say if I can generate something, constructor and constructor for these two. Okay, that should be good. And right now what I have just said previously, just implement that. Extend it by Recyclerview dot adapter, and here you have to give the view holder class view holder, and that you have to create it. That's why click on that red bulb and create this class. Again you have to implement few methods for this. So again the red bulb will appear and click on this, then implement methods. OK, select all and OK. Here you can see that. So we have to work on these methods and that view holder class. So let me first of all come to this view holder and then extend it by Recyclerview dot view holder. Again here I have to give some mapping of that particular views that we have created within that news item XML. So it is image view, and then the text view was there, TB title, and again you can see that what I have to do is just implement one method. Click on red bulb and then this method should be implemented, and within this method you just have to map them by the help of that item view dot find view by id, again r.id, and here you have to give the id. That IDs you have given in the XML should be correctly given here. Okay, and do the same for the TB title. Find view by id, r.id, and then TB title. Okay, you can see that here you have to return the size of that array list. So array list dot size will return it, and within this function called onCreateViewHolder, you just have to write 2 lines only just to create a view and to inflate that layout from parent dot context here dot get context. Again just inflate it by that particular item that we have created for a particular row in the XML. So news item, then parent, and make it false here, attach to root, and then we have to return something. So just return new view holder and pass this view within it. Okay, so now I am in this onBind view holder method, and within this method you have to make article array list dot get and get position, and then we are fetching particular item from that array list, and then we just have to give this to the holder. So holder dot tb title, and what this done dot set text, and it will give that article dot get set title, get title. Okay, not set title. So now the glide to load that image, article dot get url to image, and finally into holder dot image cover. Again almost everything is completed, so just scrolling it down, If you have matched it anywhere, then please make sure your code is corrected. Again, what these left out view model. So I'll just come to this article view model class, and within this view model class we have to code this also, as we have did it for the another class. So here making article repository again, and sorry, it's article response. The variable of particular type, but the name given is different. Don't worry about it, I will be correcting it. Then making live data, and you can see that article response, and then article response live data. Again, here you have to generate constructor, select both, but we have generated this constructor wrongly. So first of all, let me correct this constructor file. So what I will doing here, I will just remove this. So just remove the parameters, or while creating that or generating that constructor you have to select none. So instead of this, what you have to pass out is to pass out the application. So application, and now make that super method and passing that application, and here you have to make some corrections. So article response, make it article repository instead of article response. Okay, article repository, and make it to article repository, and then come to this article response live data. So article repository, get dashboard news. Okay, now one more method, and that method will be live data, return type, and then the name is get dashboard news response live data. Open the body, and here you have to return something, just article response live data, you have to return it, and afterwards remove this extra space from here. There is one error, let me check out why this error occurs. Let me check out. So I forgot to extend it by Android view model, that's why that error occurs. Here you can see that now no error, the class is error free. And now the last class is left out is to do, and it is the main activity which is located within that view. So let me go to that view and then the main activity. So this is only left out. Okay, so here we have to create few objects, and it is the same one, forgetting that tag or the reference for this particular class called tag, and then get the simpler name. So doing this, get simple name. Afterwards the another one for Recyclerview, it's Recycler_view, and then the progress bar, it should also be progress_bar. Okay, then again one more, it is linear layout manager, and then following this array list, and the template should be article. Let me check out, it is article, and then its name, article array list, and make it here. Okay, and then article view model object, afterwards the article adapter object. So almost this part is finished. Now I am within this method call on create, and from here what you have to do is to make two methods only, the initialize method init and the another method get articles. First of all, let's generate this method. So this method is called init method, and within this method what we will do, just to map it this progress bar and that Recyclerview. So doing the same for that Recyclerview here, you can see that. And now the layout manager, so new layout manager, and pass the main activity contact within this layout manager, then Recyclerview dot set layout manager, pass that layout manager, again Recyclerview dot set has fixed size, make it true, and then the adapter, and the adapter class name is article adapter, pass the main activity reference within this, also the article array list, and then Recyclerview dot set adapter, pass this adapter. Okay, and then article view model, so view model providers dot of, and then pass the reference of this activity, and then get article view model dot class. Okay, so remove this extra space from here, and now the second method get article, just click on this red valve and create this method. So this is the last method that we have to create right now. So let me go with this article view model dot get dashboard news response live data, then dot observe, and passing out all this thing, and then for this article response we have to go for the lambda function here and make that if condition, article response is not null, and article response dot get articles is not null, again one more, and then not article response dot get article dot is empty. Then what will this if condition do is to make that progress bar into the action. Set visibility and visible view dot gone. Okay, so the progress bar will no longer be visible. Then make a list here, list of articles, article list, and then what you have to do is article response dot get articles, and again you have to do is article array list dot add for all, and then you have to add this array list within the main array list, and then you are notifying change to the adapter. Okay, remove this extra space from here also, and now I will be just scrolling it. This is also error free, you can see that. And now I will be just running the app to show you the result. So let me first of all take you within this API request and show you the difference between country and category news. Okay, you can see that country is given as India and category is business. So on result you will understand this whole thing. So I'm changing the category to entertainment here. Let me run the application. I've clicked on the run button and it is installing, and right now successfully installed. Here you can see that the news from the entertainment industry of India called Bollywood is showing up. Okay, so after that just change it to just remove this and make it business instead of entertainment. Run this again. So now you can see that the business news is appearing on the screen. Okay, again I have to change it, and I don't want category, I want just all the news. Okay, so just run this. You can see that the news from various categories are appearing. That's why that API is useful. Okay, so now I have to change the country. I will just change the country name and give it to DE and then run it. So here you can see that the country changed, news changed. Okay, so you can use this example very beneficially. Also you can subscribe us.